I was just on my way out to get some diesel to wash some of these central diffs of LT230s, and I noticed there was a great big box on my doorstep here. But what the heck's in it? Not really sure. I've had so many packages delivered this week, haven't I? Not really. Seems a rather large box. Oh, it's the XTOOL diagnostic tool. Oh, they said they were going to send me one. Let's have a look and see what it is. Now, in a previous video I think I showed you this XTOOL here, but this is a new style and it's even smaller. Wow, that's a little compact thing compared to this one, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, it's a junior one. Well. Now, probably battery will be flat. Yep. Oh! No, it works. Wow. This was the last one they sent me. And this was my go-to tool for doing diagnostics when I have a car with no BD2 plug in it. Like on my Ford, for example. So I did use that on there. And it's quite good. Now this here is an Android tablet, really, with an overlay of diagnostics. Plug it in, away you go. Easy, eh? Now this one, on the other hand, there's something a little bit different about this, because as far as I could read, it was on Linux, or Linux, or whichever way you want to put it. And there's no background internet stuff or anything like this. Now you can connect it to Wi-Fi, because you can get the updates and things like this. But what is different about this one? And why this might be the last one I'll ever do? Because it's a scan tool and it's also a reset tool. So modern cars have got daft things in, like it'll count the miles or kilometres on your car and say, put a light on your dash, say, needs an oil change. Alright, so it needs an oil change, but how do you get the light off? Now a lot of cars have got keys, you turn the key, turn this, turn that, press this button, do the okey cokey and you turn around. Sometimes that's a pain in the ass. But this, you can simply select it and say, clear it off. So I'm going to read a cheat sheet of what this actually does. But there's one reason why I like these XTOOL diagnostic tools. Because they've got unlimited updates. Now beware of that when you want to buy a tool, because if you do want to get something like this or some cheaper stuff, sometimes you have to pay for the updates. And if after 5 years you've actually paid for that one, because I don't think these are, I think they're about $2.99 Canadian or 125 quid or something like that. So they're not really out the way. And like I say, if you've got a couple of mates want to chip in and share one, it's great, because like I say, it's got not only OBD2 reading, you know, diagnostic reading, and a few resets on it, but it's got service schedule stuff as well. Now we're going to fire this up, like I say, on my car, but it really does do a lot of stuff, and it's small as well, so you can throw it on the shelf when you don't need it. But when you do need it, it could be kind of handy. So let me read out off a cheat sheet what it does. So it's a 2025 one, the D5S scanner. Designed to diagnose and troubleshoot issues, helps you pull codes, clear trouble codes, view live data. That's interesting. Freeze frame, like that. ECU info across engine, transmission, ABS and SRS. SRS is safety restraint system, airbags. Now that's something that not a lot of diagnostic tools dive into, but this one seems to do. Free updates, we've mentioned that. It's got 16 special functions to help tackle car repairs at home with ease, including ABS bleeding, oil reset, throttle reset, EPB reset, I don't know what that is, I think they make them up, you know, BMS reset, injector coding. Now that's interesting, I was thinking about that for TD5, But we've got a TD5 coming in later on this month, I think, and we'll have a play around with that. DPF GPF regeneration. Now I think that's something to do with one of them filters, diesel particulate filter or something like that. So it can regenerate it. So I think what it does, it turns it on so it burns crap out, I think. TPMS reset, that's our favourite. Tyre pressure monitoring system. Oh, these acronyms get on my nerves now. Suspension calibration. This could be interesting for Range Rovers if it does it. Now I don't know because I haven't got one in. Control unit reset. Gearbox matching. EGR relearn. Exhaust gas recirculation relearn. And window initialization. When I get it spluttered, these are dog's teeth. So that's interesting, isn't it? It says works on over 150 plus vehicle brands, not just models, brands, from 1996 to present. Now, I did read in the, when I plugged this in, it does have Land Rover products from 1996. Interesting, right up to date. So, it's not a Nanocom, all right? Let's get that straight. It's not a Nanocom or anything like that, or a snap-on tool to do programming and things like this, but it'll give you a clue what's going on. So yeah, it's got quite a lot of it. Diagnosing issues in gasoline, petrol to you and me, diesel or hybrid vehicles, and provides an accurate diagnostics for ABS, SRS, transmission. Well, we've done that back then. Makes home vehicle maintenance easy, saving you time and money. Now, this is important. I think this is a little tool that would help, you know, your weekend warriors or somebody like that who's playing around with new cars and don't want to go to the dealers to get a light off your dash.
So I've jumped into my Ford because it's a little bit more sophisticated than the old Yaris. It's got a lot more things to look at for the computer. So I've plugged it in, we've found out what it is. It automatically detected what the car was. That was great, no problems at all. I've come on to read DTCs. We'll get out of that. Live data. Well, let's see what it does for live data, because this is interesting when you're fault finding. Now, I'm just going to scroll through all these faults here and not go through everything, but you can see there are detection kickoffs for all sorts of things. These are all things it's looking for all the time. 254 separate items it's looking for in the computer. Now, if you just had one of those cheapy plug-in computers for a diagnostic DTCs, diagnostic trouble codes, you're only going to find out some very, very basic stuff. But when you're doing some comprehensive diagnostics, this is all handy stuff to know. Now, fortunately, I hope this doesn't go wrong. Measured gear ratio. What the heck's all this lot? But you can see at the end here, we've got some little arrows. If you click that, it'll come up with a real-time graph of what it's doing. This is for maximum difference of angle between TP1, throttle position 1, and sensor. I have no a clue. But you can see it's reading it in real time, what it's doing. So, in effect, what you could do is, if you've got a problem with the throttle positioning sensor or something like that, you can keep that, information, and then show it to somebody who knows. Special function. Oh yeah, here we go. Look, ABS bleeding, battery monitoring system reset, control unit reset, exhaust gas recirculation relearn, electronic parking brake, SAS, some steering. I don't know what that is. DPF, GPF, that's your particulate filter for diesel. Gearbox, adaptation, suspension, injector coding, headlight, window initialization, oil reset, crank sensor relearn, throttle position, tyre pressure monitoring system, don't we know all about that, and throttle. Now, there was a way to get onto this auto scan diagnosis. Here we go. This is the interesting thing here. Look at this column here. let's go to Europe and see if we've got Land Rover in here. We do. It's not a Land Rover, but it's going to be tricky. But let's see if it can find what it's going to find. I don't know. Automatic detection, manual selection. Ah, here we go. Defender, Range Rover Sport, Discovery, Discovery Sport, Range Rover Evoque, Evoque 2. They made 2 disasters on wheels. Evoque Convertible, they forgot to put the roof on. Evoque China. Vila, new Range Rover, Range Rover Sport. Ooh, Freelander. Are they still on the road? But let's have a look for Defender, because that's what we're interested in. Up to 2007, 2000 to 2010, 2011. I wonder what happened in 2011. 2012, 2019 and 2020 onwards. Interesting. Because we only do old cars, let's have a look at an old car. Engine system. Gasoline. Was that MS5 or MS4 engine? What's an MS4? You can't communicate with it, but you know, because it's not in a Land Rover. Right. Gems, North America only. Now this could be interesting for the Range Rover. Let's just click out of this a minute. Discovery. What year was mine? To 98. Engine system. Gems. Diesel 300 TDI. Ooh, that's interesting, isn't it? Now look, it's trying to establish communications, but I can't wait to plug this little bugger in and see what it does once we get the engine running. Yeah, it can't communicate because it's not there, but it's got diesel 300 TDI, so that must be the exhaust gas recirculation system because there's no else on there. Interesting. I think it's an excellent piece of kit. You know, like I say, get one, share it between your mates because you're not going to use it all the time. But when you do want to find a fault, I think it's going to be damned handy. It's so much better than the earlier handheld things, just a generic code reader. Because this will tell you all the little systems within your ECU. Excellent. See you later.